Are you a victim of new age triggers? What are new age triggers, right? Those are all of a sudden emails or the mental pressure that we create to get somewhere on time, or the amazing trending word that we have been using forever now that's called stress. So, if you are a person who's stressed, you need to understand that you are abusing your brain, literally overusing it, because the limbic system part of our brain that is always trying to protect us, because we are always in that same hardware as our hunter gatherer brothers, right? So we are on survival mode. So we go into fight, flight, freeze, or fear mode. So this limbic system is going to really pop up and say, let's react to all these things, let's protect you. Now, we don't really have life-threatening situation, but our limbic system makes it seem like that. Now, if you want to really access the neocortex or the prefrontal cortex, then we need to really focus on not the reactive part, but the responding part of our brain. The prefrontal cortex is the biggest in any species that we as humans need to pride about. So this is what our ancestral text talks about, the power of discrimination, viveka, or the power of the intellect, where we can catch ourselves before reacting. Just like animals, we can think, analyze, and respond. How do you do this? By simple methods of focusing on your breath. Your breath has a natural tendency to regulate your body temperature. Your breath has a natural tendency to regulate your moods. It regulates your hormones. It can regulate that discerning power for you. Just before you react, if you had practiced a little bit of breathing every hour, you would be able to notice when the situation comes, you have complete clarity to see it as it is. And it's not life-threatening. Nobody is here to really, physically hurt you, abuse you, kind of a thing. So you will have to understand that the stress that you're creating is more mental situation that you're worried about, that is harming you, rather than the situation itself. So nobody talks about brain health and they're focused more on the heart health, but our brain is important too, because if you are really using limbic system constantly every day, every second of your life, then the brain is really in a place where it needs help. If you could focus just on breathing, a little bit of chanting, a little bit of meditation where you sit quiet and calm yourself, you will notice everything in your body also gets regulated. All our diseases are psychosomatic. So make sure you pay attention to your breath. There's no side effects of breathing. If you take a longer breath, deeper breath, do diaphragmatic breathing, all that it does is really increase the discerning power for you. The prefrontal cortex starts to fire instead of constant firing of limbic system. When limbic system is firing, prefrontal cortex is kind of shut down. So notice when you're depressed, sad, anxious, you're just working through limbic system. The minute you cut down that and you give all the power to prefrontal cortex, it can analyze. Being human, we do get these situations. We do have these kind of moods and thoughts that are restless. We can't really hold on to it. But the minute the discerning power comes in, the response is, that is my mind, not me. The identity is, that situation is not you, but it's just a situation. You're not your mind, you're not your body. You're this beautiful spirit living inside this body. So learn breathing techniques that can help calm you down instead of being in that mode of always being anxious. So when you are anxious and restless, your thoughts are going at 150 miles per hour. The breathing every hour for just 3 minutes will slow your mind down a little bit. So it's like you're not on the racetrack, but then you are having those, stop signs or road stoppers that can really help you slow down a little bit. And that gives you a good brain health. I hope you will reach out if in case you want any other breathing techniques that you want to learn. Happy to help you. Denayam.com.